Hey Queen, so welcome back to my channel. I am excited. I could not wait to film this video only because I've been telling you guys for the longest that I would start filming more beauty tutorials. So Vanity Planet reached out to me to film a tutorial using their new Vanity Planet palette brushes. These are super affordable. I recommend this for beginners, especially if you're a beginner, a professional as well. These are some great brushes. So this is each one of them, and in the tutorial I'm going to talk about each one of the brushes that I use and how to use them and what you use them for. Yeah, so like I said, there's a total of 15 brushes. They're synthetic, cruelty-free, and when I say soft, they're very soft. I really love the fan brush. The fan brush is one of my favorites, and I use that for my highlights, and I love it. I love each and every one of these brushes. The only brush you probably won't see me using in this tutorial are the last three and this one right here. Do y'all see my face? I'm so happy because my makeup looks so good and I did good on my eyeshadow. I'm like wanting to pat myself on the back if nobody else does. I'm super excited and I really think that you guys are gonna love this video. I'll have my code in the description box because originally these are like $100, the whole set, but you get it for $30. So I highly recommend these if you are a beginner and you're looking into different brushes because each and every one of these brushes can be used. I'm excited to show you guys this video. Are y'all ready? So starting with my Urban Decay Primer Potion, I am going to apply this all over my lid before I apply my eyeshadow. Using the number 7 concealer brush, these brushes are so versatile. I love that about these brushes. I'm using this to blend in the rest of my primer potion. Going in with my NYX Jumbo Milk Pencil, this is what I apply over my primer potion just to give my eyeshadow a little bit more pop. Now onto the number 8 brush. This is the medium blender brush and I'm going to use my transition color and I'm going to apply that to my crease and do like a wiper motion going back and forth, and I'm going to do this to both of my creases with my transition color. Going in with a darker color with the same brush, I'm going to go back into my crease and I'm going to apply that as well. You just want to make sure that you are really doing like the little wiper motion to really give some definition to that crease. Adding my pop of color. This is a orange color and I plan on doing a YouTube video with the palette that I'm using as well, so stay tuned for that. Time for the crease shader. This is the number 10 brush. So I'm going to go back in with my dark color and I'm going to apply that in my crease to make sure that I did not lose any definition when I added my pop of color. So this is the number 9 brush. This is the smudging brush to smudge specific area of like a smoky eye, but these brushes are so versatile. So I'm going to use that to apply my eyeshadow to my lid. And this is my favorite color. This is Ya in the Juvia's palette. Going back in with the number 8 brush, I just want to make sure that I am blending my color out. With that number 7 brush, I'm just adding a pop of a lighter color to my brow bone. Back at it with the number 9 brush, I'm just adding that same color that I applied to my lid on my lower lash line. So introducing the number 5 brush. This is the liquid foundation brush to apply liquid foundation. But guess what? I use it to apply my concealer underneath my eye, and I loved it. It came out perfect. And you see, I stopped with the concealer right before I got to my nostril, and that's just to contour my nose to kind of make it a little bit thinner. Not by all means, I'm very secure in my nose. I love my nose. I just wanted to look a little bit slimmer. I love to contour. So I'm going to apply this to both underneath my eye and then also the bridge of my nose to give it more of a slim effect. And then I'm going to do the top of my dome, my forehead, and go in with that number 12 brush to kind of blend out that concealer at the bridge of my nose. I also like to add a little bit of highlight on my chin area, not so much as contouring, but just making sure I just have some highlight in that area. And these brushes are great for blending these things out. So here is the number 12 brush. This is the Precision Concealer to apply concealer to small targeted areas. And I'm just going to apply my darker concealer to contour my cheeks. And this is just going to define my features. Next, I'm grabbing my Laura Mercier, I think I'm saying that right, translucent powder, and I'm going to apply that using my number 5 brush and the liquid foundation brush. And I'm just going to apply a generous amount in my highlight areas. So I'm gonna let that sit and bake for a while, and I'm grabbing my number 4, the angled contour brush for blending and contouring, and I am going to do some light strokes on my face to blend my contour in. Going back with my number 11 brush, I'm just going to add some contour to the top of my head area. To make sure that my cheek area is greatly defined, I'm going to go back with that translucent powder because I forgot to add that toward the bottom of my cheek area. And this brush is the number 2 brush. This is the powder blush brush to apply powder, foundation, and blush. And what you saw me spraying on there was my Fix Plus by MAC. And I'm just sweeping off that excess powder off my face with that and my contour brush. So next time I'm going to go in with that Kabuki brush, the number 1 brush, because it's a little bit less dense and it's going to help sweep that off of my face. And I just used my MAC bronzer to kind of go in and add some color back to my skin. And that brush that you see right there, I'm going back and forth between the number 10 brush and the number 13 brush to kind of contour my nose. So going back in with that bronzer blush, I'm just gonna add more color back to my face and just kind of put it over where I put the translucent powder, my highlighted areas. So going in with the number 4, the angled contour brush, I'm going to use my Shea Moistures in the color Dusk. This is a bronzer that I absolutely love, and I'm just going to add this to my contour area of my cheeks. So when I feel like I lost some of my definition from using the translucent powder, I go back in and add some more and let it sit for just a little bit. And while I wait for that to bake, I'm going to dip my Cover Fix drops into my bronzer and then lightly stroke onto my cheeks. This gives you a nice little shimmer, and I'm using the powder blush brush. And then I'm going in with my beautiful blush to add a little bit more of some spice to my cheeks. I'm going to add that as well. And this fan brush, oh my gosh, I dipped this into my Becca Cosmetics shimmering powder, and this really gave me the glow. I'm very skeptical when it comes to using these fans, but oh my goodness, this large fan brush did wonders. So now I'm just making sure that I get the rest of my translucent powder off of my face with the angled contour brush. Going back into my Becca Shimmering Perfector, I'm going to add just a little bit of that glow to my nose and also my upper lip, just so I can have some shimmer. And then I'm going to take that fan brush and I'm going to kind of sweep it just a little bit. Going back into my lower lash line, I'm just going to add a pop of more color. And then I'm going to spray on my Fix Plus to give me more of a like a glowy dewy look. Grabbing my Urban Decay setting spray next, and then applying my mascara. After a couple coats of that, I'm going to also add some to my lower lashes as well to make sure my eyes are popping. Now, I'm a fan of lashes, but I'm just still struggling on how to put them on. So, till then, I am rocking my own lashes. Now, going in with some color on my lips. This is by ColourPop, and this is in the color Beeper. And the color smudged off of the pencil. I forgot what color pencil that was, but I'll be sure to look that up for you guys and add that to the description box as well. Alright queens, so this is the completed look using all of the Vanity Planet palette brushes that I absolutely love. Like I said, these brushes are originally $100, but using my coupon code, you get them for $30, and I'm going to leave that in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you get the same results or even better.